What's up, guys? This is RG giving you another High Definition broadcast. As you can see, we're here on Siegebreaker, and we are going to do an unconventional build for the patch 1.0.3. Like everyone's been asking me, what should I do for Demon Hunter besides Ball Lightning, besides Hungering Arrow, besides the regular build that is always used to? I'm so tired of it. Well, here we go, guys. I'm going to show you guys my skill set for this Trap Hunter. So here we go. The Entangling Shot with Justice's Serve is going to give you that plus hatred regeneration that you so desperately need as a Trap Hunter. Also, the Spike Trap with Scatter is going to give you the highest amount of damage for the least amount of hatred. Now, this is going to be very important to use the Scatter, as any other thing will take up way too much hatred. The Smoke Screen with Lingering Fog is one of the best skills in the game, and any class would be very, very lucky to have something like this in their arsenal of skills. The next thing is Companion with Bad Companion, and this is going to give you the much needed plus 3 hatred per second that you're going to need as a Demon Hunter to use that Spike Trap effectively. The Preparation with Invigoration is going to be one of those skills that is, you know, paramount. Also, the backup plan could be switched out, but that's for you RNG guys that like to random number generate your survivability. I actually like to go for the guaranteed plus 10. So that's what I go with. The next thing I wanted to show you guys is the Caltrops with Treacherous Ground. Now you can switch this up with for more DPS with Jagged Spikes, or you could go with Hook Spines. That's going to increase the slow amount. But I like Treacherous Ground because it is going to give you that immobilization and that survivability using this traps. The next thing I'm going for is Sharpshooter. So this is going to increase the damage of your scatter by every 3 seconds by 3% crit. So it is going to give you that much needed crit that you have to have using this skill set. The Steady Aim and Archery are also DPS passives, and the Archery is going to be with the two-handed crossbow, 50% crit hit damage, which is based on our items as well. So you're definitely going to want to get that plus crit hit damage increase percent on your bow, your rings, your amulet, as well as your gloves. So you're definitely going to want all of those to be, you know, really high in that crit hit damage increase. So there you have it. You also want to have your percent chance movement boots, as well as having your plus maximum discipline bow, or I mean quiver that is, and chest. Everything else should have high dex on it, as well as your bracers should have crit on it as well. So let's go ahead and get into the tutorial video for this these skill set. The first thing I want to do is have a Scoundrel out. You don't have to have good items on it. As you can see, I have a really crap bow, like 10.4, and like the Scoundrel's token's pretty good, but it's not the best. Also, I don't have anything on his neck and finger. The only thing I'm really using him as a meat shield or the percent chance crit. So you can actually switch either. You can have your Scoundrel out, or let's see if my Templar has anything better. Let's just put the Templar for fun. So we'll just go ahead and hire the Templar, just because we want to use him as a meat shield. So the next thing I want to go with is go to Rakis Crossing, so you can get your Tyrael here. As you are in the Siegebreaker quest, Tyrael will follow you if you go to Rakis Crossing, and then you can go back to the Bridge of Corsic. Now, first thing I want to show you about the Caltrops is that you can actually have 5 out at once. So let's go ahead and show you that. This is 5 right here. Now if I plant 6, the first one disappears, meaning that 5 is the max traps you can have out, and 3 is the max you can have for your Spike Trap. Now I can recast that and the other 3 disappear. That means that 3 is the max. So let's go ahead and show you guys quickly what I would do for my skill set. So take a look at the top right of your screen, guys. If I look at the top right, the skills actually don't go to the very top of your right screen, but let's now look at the bottom left of your screen. Now this is the same for bottom left and bottom right. Your skills actually go to the very bottom of the screen, meaning that on the top left and top right of your screen, you actually have a higher as that guy dies in one shot, a higher radius that you can actually see on the top right and top left. So very, very important to be aware of that, as you will be wanting to use the top right and top left of your screen. Now you might be seeing a little bit of lag in my video. I do have a little bit of latency issues here, and I don't know if it's me or the server, but it should be okay, especially with this trap build here. So Maybe this build is better for those people who kind of lag on the server or are lagging at the moment. Maybe the computer's lower. So let's go ahead and show you guys the damage it can output. Also, be very, very wary of those fireballs as it does kill you in one hit. So there it is, guys, showing you just a little bit of the damage that it does, as well as having a high amount of crit. Almost every single one of my traps crit. So you definitely want to be at very max range for this build, and use your treacherous ground traps to kind of keep them there at that high distance or max distance if possible. So always want to use your Tyrael and your Templar to block for you, as well as using your smoke screen to get away as fast as possible. Now, one thing I wanted to show you guys that's very important about this trap build is having the ability to kind of run them through the way that you want them to, and kind of having those traps damage them most effectively. And the way you would do that is kind of vertically place your traps. So you see that there's a guy there. You kind of want to place your traps vertically to him or towards him, and that would be like kind of this way. Then lead him towards your traps, so you can hit all three of your traps at once. Now, he only needed one trap to die, and that's because I have a really high damage on my bow, as well as having a high crit hit damage increase. And as you can see, my crit damage is actually going up, or my crit percent is actually going up as we go. I do have a little bit of lag issue here, but not too bad. So let's go ahead and continue on, and I'll show you just what I mean about the vertical trap placement. As you can see, that guy walked right through my traps, so you kind of want to place them a little bit ahead of them, as they do have an arming time. So the arming time on these traps is 1.2 seconds, so be very wary of that as well. And this is a little bit of a less action-packed and more of a bit of a waiting game, as you will be waiting for them to trigger your traps and kind of kiting them into the traps. So a very different playstyle than a usual Demon Hunter build would be. But you have a high discipline in this build, so you will be able to survive a lot better. So I did get hit by one spear, and as you can see, the one spear does really hurt. So even if you have this build, you have to be really on point with your smoke screens. But I am casting this as I'm playing, so it's not like I'm totally concentrated on just DPSing or staying alive. So be wary of that too. So there we go, using Tyrael to my advantage, getting that hit off of on those characters as I'm actually going. So that's pretty much for the explanation point of it. I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of the damage that I can put out, as well as the action-packed part of this build. So just keep on keeping them very far away with the max distance with your entangling shot. Lead with your traps, as leading with your traps is very important. Having a caltrop down at all times is important, and as you can see the feet of your enemies up there, you always want to place a trap down there. So keep your eye on the top right of your screen, as you always want to be max distance from your enemies. And I'm kind of hugging the edges here. As you can see, I'm hugging the edges of the map, and I'm kind of looking to the top left now that I'm at the bottom right. I'm looking at the top left. You always want to place your treacherous ground traps down, and keep an eye on any ranged damage that's coming towards you, like those fireballs you can see. Always want to smoke screen those out, or you can just dodge them as well if you have a good amount of movement speed and a high actions per minute, a good macro, or I mean micro, that is. You want to be able to dodge pretty much all of the incoming missiles coming towards you. So as you can see, I'm in a bit of a trouble here, so you want to use your preparation and with your invigoration there, and that's why the invigoration is so good. Now place your traps out, guys, and it does do a high amount of damage. You want to place them a little bit closer, and if two traps kind of go, you can place the traps again, and as you can see, look at that treacherous grounds right inside there, so you know that they're going to stop right at that point, meaning that you can get your hatred back up using your entangling shot that way. Now I'm just really looking for a I dodged that. Actually, very high dex is going to give you that high dodge 50% chance, and I think I have a pretty high dodge right now. So look at the dodge. Defense's dodge chance, 41% dodge. I don't have any kind of crazy buffs on or anything like that, but I do have a high dodge, and that is because I have a high dex. Now that pestilence, horde pestilence, is going to die quickly to the traps, as he is max distance. He cannot use his little worm tentacle hand to kill me. So let's continue on, and just make sure you're planning your traps according to where the enemies are, and go vertically if you can, so you can actually hit them with all 3 traps at once. Now you see that there's more people on one side of you. You definitely want to go for the higher amount of people, as you do have 3 traps at once. You can actually kill a like a huge amount of hordes or people at once. So there you go. You see the feet coming towards you, and I have a Molten Mortar Health Link Frozen. So it's gonna be very easy for me to kill these guys, and I will set some traps down right there. As you can see, they will be killed by those traps quite easily, and the treacherous ground will facilitate in their death as well. So you definitely want to place a vertical trap here. As you can see that they're coming towards you vertically. You place that vertical trap down that way, and you can place it again like this, just maximizing the DPS that you have, maximizing that hatred cost there. So they are dying quite easily, and putting some more vertical traps here will do them in. And you pretty much just walk them to their death, kind of you know, tell them to come over and just step in your traps, and it worked out perfectly just like that. So yeah, that's how the trap build works, guys. Let's see. Pretty much just keep your companion up at all times. Your treacherous ground will give you that distance that you so desperately need as your traps. Again, if you don't feel like you need that survivability from the treacherous ground, you can actually go for what is it? Jagged Spikes for the extra DPS and the percent slow. Also, if you don't feel like the Templar is helping you out too much as a meat shield, you can actually use the Scoundrel or Enchantress to do extra CC, or the Scoundrel for DPS. So that's about it for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that video, and I hope you guys try out something like this build. Again, in the comments below, tell me if you guys want to see a different type of build, or something else in my videos if you guys would like. My next video is going to be about the ideal stats and what you should get in 1.0.3, so look out for that. As always, if you guys could like the video and comment and subscribe, that would be really awesome. Definitely go ahead and check out my channel if you guys are checking this out straight off of YouTube, as you will find a lot of useful information in that channel. Again, as always, thank you all for watching, and take it easy. Peace.
Stay vigilant.